Alright, how's it going? Hope you're doing alright, peeps. So, today we're gonna be working on this. This is a door. Doesn't actually work yet. It just kind of sits there. I can test it out. I can, you know, use a debug and make it disappear. And the game will detect that's an unpassable tile. Now it's passable. So that part's working. There's just no way to interact with it right now. And so I need to figure out how I want to make this interactable. Let's get the music back going. Hopefully that's not too loud. You can let me know. Let's turn it down just in case. So if I come over here, this is the UI for when you're in the game. So when you're playing the game and it's your turn, you have this list of actions here on the left. Right now, there's just this interact button that doesn't do anything. What I want to do is make it where that button only shows up when the player, that character, is next to or adjacent to an interactable object. So what I need to do is so here, this code is where I'm initializing this menu. I should probably do something like check for interactable function here. Detected equals that, and doubles. Cool. And okay. That looks like a bot. How do I get rid of bots? I don't actually know. Account created 5 minutes ago. I mean, it's a follower, so whatever. How do I delete messages? That's... I don't know. Moderation settings? Let's see. I really don't know. We'll see. So, yeah, we're gonna have I just print interactable detected. So, uh, this is word space equals battlefield board container dot. Is that not actually saved as a? Is that not given the type? That's the board container as tactic board. Right, that's what it's called. Yep. Okay. We come back to process player turn. Save everything. Search. It should be active. Entity current board space. Or should I do get adjacent space? I can do it in every direction. There's no S in there. So in tactics board, directions, and I should print 4. Yeah, south, east, north, west. Cool. So I'll come here, just get rid of this. Adjacent spaces not append. Is that a static function? It not static. So do battlefield dot board container get adjacent space active entity current board space and I. Now, oh, and adjacent spaces. Let's see if that breaks. I don't know the exact types. You know, this track is pretty loud. That's a bit better. Yeah, so save that. Wrong type. Not convert argument from string to okay. That's okay. For container, or just get adjacent space. Search, range search. There we go. Direction, vector to I. Those are enums. Okay, so I'll actually have to do search. Singular. That could really be static, couldn't it? See if that breaks anything. Just temp to equals practice board to user. What? No way. That does. I should do to vector. That might break something. Okay. So battlefield container to. There we go. Should work now. From string. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then actually don't need to make a list. What I need to do is battlefield board container got get adjacent space. Entity current board space. Temp. And do that. Okay. No, 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 no. On his next turn, it'll do it, right? Yep. Boom. Okay. So do I have anything that denotes this as interactable? I'll come here to the doors. I'll just take that as on. We'll rebuild the map. Boom. Okay. So entity is okay. Base entity equals battlefield get space entity dot current board space temp base entity and print base entity dot is interactable. Should be better now. Ridiculous. Always forgetting some kind of variable and property. Okay, dot name. Of why can't I set if that's interactable? Just delete it. Try it again. What the heck? What in the world? Why is that not working? Oh, I think I know why. No, I don't. Let's try that, I guess. I can change that. Okay. Let's reload the project, see if that fixes things. Boink. Okay. No. What? That's so weird. Can't. On X. Okay, well, I'm really curious. Is this going to... let's try this. Come here to view. It's not what I wanted. I go to the door. Come on. Door. Boom. I can set it there. I can't set it there? That's so confusing. That's really confusing. We will fix that when we get to it, I guess. Because right now, it works. True. Okay. In fact, to-do list, bugs. Bugs can't set is interactable flag on parent scene of map in only on the inherited scene. Okay. Well, I mean, it works for now, which is good enough, I guess. Okay. Process player turn. Okay, so now base entity dot is interactable. Then I can just return. But I only just care about a flag. Go. now I can do print interactable. Oh, okay. And okay, so true, but I need to set the direction. I come over here and it gets to its turn again. False, because it's checking the active entity's current board space. But what I actually need to do is if I'm in moving and I do battlefield.current space, that sets the potential move space. Okay, so activate that. I was gonna say true. Yeah, no, he did 1 damage. Okay. So I should actually just do field action selection menu dot. Okay. You cool void. Then can I come over here and grab all this, throw it in here, so you handle your own. Also need to give you the battlefield. Do I actually need to do that? Honestly, no, because I don't need to, but actually, you know what? And B. Yeah, this is only ever going to be a player. So, come back to. Okay. Boom. And interactable detected. Then find but that visible equals true. Else find child and button visible equals false. No. No interact button. Interact button. Ooh, that's bug. Interact button? No interact button. Okay. So I need to actually do moving, cancel input. I think I know why that's happening. It's because battlefield.current. Yeah. So This is gonna have -2, 1. Gonna have 0, 1. No. Duh. You. Okay. So. Yep. With this, go into free roam. Yep. If player has moved and reset. Okay. We have no primary. Okay, and then selection menu visible equals false. You know what? I'm just gonna do this again. Walls, interruptibles. Let's try potential move space. Affected. Cool. Button equals if statement there. It might just crash. Alright, so that works now. Only problem is, still doesn't do anything. Okay. So now, that might be way too quiet actually. Let's crank that up just a smidge. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Okay. Okay. So how do I want to do this? I wanted to go into targeting, just like this. So, to transition is definitely going to be state, dot target select. And you are going to transition states. I need to create a I need to make a target, a targeting thing, basically. So, ooh. So, skills database. It's not really a skill though, but it'll be treated like one. Okay. Interact. Skill type. Whatever. I should make a new target list for interactables. Data validation. Here we are. Where's the one for C? There we go. 35. Boom. Done. Not a projectile. Standard. One range. We'll give it a 2 height. Standard. Hit enter. 0. That should just be everything. So, I just come down here, download CSV. Did that down. There we go. And then VS Code. Yes. Run without debugging. Takes a minute to get going, which is cool. Always does. Activating. How long is it going to take to activate? I don't want this to take forever. There we go. Skill database is now loaded. Can come over to here. And I can do skill data. Act. And that should, in theory, let me breaks the game. Perfect. But there we go, interact, boom. Why did that break? Oh, does it not have that data validation? It does. So, is projectile false? That's really confusing. Right. So you are targeting. No, that's the battlefield. Okay. Global's skill data. I haven't set the active ability, have I? Yep, that's what it was. Process player turn. Active ability. Battlefield. Active. Equals. Right. Okay. Now. Boom. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So if that's how that's gonna be, then every time it activates, it'll set bar interactable available. Wait a second. I need to do any of that really, because I can just come down to just have to do it whenever it activates. It only activates at the beginning of. Oh no. Okay. Because right now, you work there. Yeah. Could make this a static function. No. Yeah, let's. Okay. Like that. Let's make this part of the board space container instead. Yeah, you don't need that. Don't need that. You don't need that. I can. Battlefield for interactables. Okay, interactable detected. Detected. Come back here. Go primary. Cool. visible equals. Okay. Then I can come back to targeting. Okay, so we'll do battlefield dot container dot check interactions. Don't like how I'm doing that in so many different places, but whatever. Interact, back, move, boom, 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 boom. Okay. Really don't. I like that so not much at all. I'm going to just make it part of. Yeah. Here's what we're gonna do. Action selection menu. I mean, dude, you're. Yeah. No. Variables are gonna go here. Battlefield. Should probably. Menu, not battlefield itself. Back here, we're going to unactivate. Yeah, we're gonna do button visible forward container dot check for interactions. You can see that on show primary now. It's a little bit cleaner if not having some dependency injection. Oh, it just broke. Reason why battlefield. Control move space. There's no current entity. Yep. Okay. Try this again now. Nope. This is getting more and more frustrating to deal with. Um, let's see. I'm not quite sure. I just wanted to check something interactable. Right? So, I do moving battlefield.current space. Battlefield.current space. This is really boom. Forward space. Okay, moving. You transition into here. It's fine. Wait, what? Tactics, battle, state. Changing state. What the heck? That's so weird. Why is that calling? Oh, wait. Popular. No, wait, no. It's not. Enter here. I was like, what in the world? In here. Okay. Back to moving. Cancel movement input. Yeah. That didn't make any sense. Yeah, I know. We're just gonna skip that breakpoint. Okay. So, battlefield. Current space. Okay. Hey, why is that getting called twice? From here. Okay. Yeah, that's unnecessary now. Ridiculous. Boom. Boom. Battlefield. Current space. Skip you. Skip you. I think I know what's happening. Yeah, we're gonna. I feel like I'm moving to the edge. If space dot current entity is tactics map entity and dot current entity. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that was happening. So now, am I doing current space? Okay. Moving. Handle. Cancel input. So, why? Battlefield. Current space. -2, 1. Process player turn. Cancel input. So you should definitely be when am I speaking nonsense? Because I'm tired. Come here. You should be central move space. Okay. Boom. 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 Battlefield dot central move space. Boom. Boom. Field dot action selection menu. Go primary. That's why I got rid of the baby with the bathwater. Boom. There we go. and turn. Interact. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So now I can go into targeting and be like, why do you not do anything? Is valid target. Aha. Interactable. If base check the current entity is entity and check current entity dot is interactable. True. So now when we hit accept, going to is valid target. Is being called from where? Right here. Oh, right here. So likely going to break. Try this. Okay. Skill target interactable. Happened. Okay, now the accept button isn't working. Okay. Okay. Well, wait, you're breaking. Gotta restart. Okay. Just really want to know why it wasn't working. So now we'll do this. No, we won't. We're gonna wait until we have that up there, so that the only button I press. Okay, we're gonna back here, go back here, and go. Boop. Oh. So it is occupied. Oh. So go back to targeting. We'll try this again. Word space. So we'll just entity. No. Gotta love it. That's the problem with refactoring, especially lazily, the way that I do. Late. Okay. So is dot current entity is entity and being called from calculate accuracy. Yep. This is the problem with doing things slightly differently. I'm trying to have entities inherit from the same class, but all of my stuff is built around all of the data around the original entity system, so it's just breaking piece by piece as I keep going down the line. I really should just not even be doing this. But, you know, you never know. Tiring. I'm tired. So, don't know the best way around this quite yet. Because I go to field and I calculate the forecast. And when I calculate the forecast, that's based off of the battlers who have all this extra data. Thing is, if I come to a map entity, like a door, it doesn't have all that data. And so I'm sitting here trying to figure out how do I make it agnostic towards the kind of entity it's detecting for targeting without having to do just a whole bunch of if statements everywhere checking for type, and I don't want to do that. Let's see. So it selects tiles whenever I hover over a tile. When I do that, it filters out, and then it checks all of the valid spaces for the action type. So you've got, if it's checking for an interactable, it'll return a filtered out list of all the spaces in that range that have an interactable entity on it. Then I'm calculating the action forecast, but just a lot, you know? Just a lot. So trying to figure out how to fix this. You know? It's not being the easiest thing to fix. I don't want doors to have all of this. Doors don't need this crap. But not having this crap is what's causing this error. Let's see. Good. Well, if I just do global skill data, active ability, not equal to interactables, then you'll do that. That's a band-aid. That's a big band-aid. Should let me target the space now. Yeah. You know what? Skill target. Okay, then it goes to perform action, where it calculates the action income and does all of that. So, action data. There's a whole lot of stuff. You know what? Yeah. So that if we got action data here, which has action ID. Okay. So let's just do a match action data dot action match global skill data dot action data dot action ID dot skill target interactables print view Good. And that will be here. Oh, so indent errors. Right. It'll do that. Oh. Okay. So that's fine. We're just gonna give it a 0 cost of everything. It's not gonna have a visual. I hope it doesn't need a visual. Okay. Convert that over. Play. It does need an animation. Okay, we'll just give it physical 01. And we'll give it swing 01 just so that it has the stuff. I don't care what it looks like. Parse the data. Come over here. Really ready to see this thing work. I want to see you've done it. You've done it. Okay, and then why did that just break? Where did that get direction? Okay. Begin action visual. Invalid object. Yeah, that would make sense because I'm building a list of all the entities that are affected by an action, and I'm not doing it with these entities right now. So I go to targeting and I go to accept input. Yeah, so it's making an action data, which is way the heck up here. Tactics action data, which will have a list of selected spots. That list of selected spots is for target in targets. Targets gets billed from here. So let's see why that's not getting built. Put them over here. That's just not even. Okay. Action data, selected spots. Okay, so that's targets. Oh, tactics. Entity. It inherits from that. Targets. There we go. So yeah, it's whatever. Yeah. Visual resource. Check multi-target. Not multi-target. Whoa, that went into the compositor effect. That. Wait, what? Yeah, that definitely broke. So, turn-based invalid access to property or key on base of object type dictionary. There's no action outcome. That's what it's doing. I'm not creating the action outcome. Okay. So when I click accept, is action outcome built in the perform action? No. It's built in the targeting when it's accepted. So if I go to the battlefield, calculate action outcome, creates a queue. Action outcomes, yeah. So I'm not building this action outcome from targeting. Because when I go to perform action, I'm filter calculate action outcomes. So I need to change that function to be able to allow a different kind of action outcome. So, man, this sucks. Such an edge case. Changes everything. Because yeah, so I come here. If this, then do action effect. Do action effect. Is somewhere. Where is it? It's not there. Is it in perform action? It is. There it is. Okay. So, this is your basic damage ability. This is if it's just a status effect. I also need to do if globals.skill data action name skill target equals interactables doing interactable effect. Really, that would just make the target call its interact function, which I haven't written yet. But that's assuming I have an action outcome built. So I could just do battlefield dot action outcomes. Add interactive data. And then if I go to tactics battlefield, you got calculate action outcome, add double outcome data action data equals null. So this one does a whole lot. calculates the accuracy, calculates your damage range, it checks if it's a pincer attack, and adds it to the action queue. Oh, it adds the pincer to the action queue. All I need is to add a very small amount of data from this one, which is action outcomes space dot current entity, which space, yeah, so forward space in action data dot selected spots action outcomes space dot current entity equals that should be it. Because now yeah, I should do target 0 0 so hit hit. That should be it. For now, it'll do the effect. So it should just. Yep, nothing. Get that breakpoint. Okay, so battlefield, action, outcomes, boom. Target 0. So hit outcome equals hit outcomes dot miss, whatever. There we go. Now it'll work. It's gonna be an empty dictionary then. Okay. Okay. Doing interactive effect. Sweet. So now I wonder, can I get rid of that? See if I can get rid of that. That just ended my turn. Nope. But I wonder, data, entities, scripts, components, abilities, turn actions. I really hate that. I really hate that. Create new resource. Empty. No. Turn base action. Just gonna call it empty. There's no... keeps going over there for some reason. Okay. If visual resource. Slowly fixing little bugs and little issues. Making it more useful. More scalable. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Interact. Okay. So, process player turn has acted. Where is has acted being set? Let's see. Has acted equals true. Yeah, I'll do if active. utt.has. So now think. Hey, what are your issues? Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay. You know, that's very true, that has no effect. Forward, back in direction. That should fix all those little errors. Down here, do. Right, boom. Yeah, that worked. I'm fine with that error. I don't care. I want it to be nothing. So now tactics map entity. No. You and then you. Function. Interact. So if I go to door entity, interact, that open, open. Moment of truth. Yeah. So target dot interact. Boom! Now he can move through it. Heck yeah, dude. Now we can come over here and I can add a signal. Big, null, width. Hit. Heck yeah. Now I could just add more interactables. I just wish I could make let's see. Build map. Yay. Why wasn't that working? It doesn't even detect it if you can't interact with it. The button never even shows up. Build. That save it? Nope. Heck yeah. Targeting. I really don't need to print that. Process player turn. Yeah. I mean, this is a little janky. This is a little janky. But I can open doors now. I mean, come on, look at this. See, it's got interact. If I go somewhere that it's not adjacent, there's no interact. If I go back, you can interact. And then if I select it, it does the thing. Boom! Opens that door. And now, you can move through it. You can't reopen it. The reason you can't reopen it is because I'm clearing it as an entity. Now you can't reclose it. Do I want to have doors all have switches? That might be the way to go, just because it's the fastest and easiest way. I don't have to do more coding, I just add another interactable for a switch, and the ones that I want to be able to, I just... Yeah. There we go. I think we're gonna call it good for today. Yeah. Interactable. That's a whole lot of changes. I think we're gonna go ahead and raid someone. There it is.